I know. I know. It's hard to believe I'm that good looking too, but it just happens. Oh, is this thing working? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome one, welcome all. Rough night in the city again last night. So, good morning, Gene. Good morning. I made something last night, Gene. You might appreciate. I don't know. I don't know if you've ever had it or not, but I cooked. I don't know, 25, 30, 35 pounds of oxtail yesterday. Put it in my big pan. Took it out there to the outside on the concrete. Put my turkey fryer out there, the burner, and I cooked it for about 6 hours. Pretty tender. Tastes pretty good too. Now some of them oxtails was the size of a football. How you feeling, Gene? You made enchiladas? Well, that's good. Well, a lot of them they use the oxtail for enchiladas and tacos and stuff like that. And I got this give to me. Oh, last year I guess it was. Good morning, junkyard. And I made. I got. I got 17 quarts of broth. So, well, well, well. That's right. 3 holes in the ground. That is absolutely right. Enjoy. Good morning, Kevin. Oh, that's good. That's good. You made it through round three. I'm glad to hear that, junkyard. By the way, you're all looking above average today. I haven't got the energy to tell anybody they don't look above average. Kathleen, good morning. You're looking well above average today. How you doing today, dear? Did you do something different to your hair? You guys be careful now. There's a rose between all you thorns. So, oh God, look who shows up when you ain't got a gun. Mama Rinda, good morning. You're looking well above average too today. Good morning, Lucky. Nice to see you. Yeah, you watched it. Well, that's good. And you're looking above average too there, Lucky. Like I said, I ain't got the energy to tell anybody they're below average, unless it's Ron or Robert and maybe Big Steve. But I just ain't got the energy. No. Anyways, I around 12 or 12:30 yesterday, somewhere around there, I started. I don't know how much it was. I had six oxtails. Some of them were this big. I think the smallest one was that big, but there were six altogether. So 20, 25 pounds, maybe 30. Some of these things were two-handers to pick up. That's how heavy they were. But it took 4 gallons of water to cover it. So I had it in an 8-gallon pan, and it was about that far from the top. So water displacement or whatever. I don't know if any of you guys are physicists or whatever. You can tell me how many pounds was in there, but anyways, I cooked it for about 6 hours yesterday. You had Chinese yesterday? Was it some young guy? That's a lot of tail. You're right. It's a lot of tail. Anyways, it turned out pretty good. I grabbed a piece when I was putting it in the pan yesterday to put it in the to let it cool down so I could put it in the refrigerator. Cream of some young guy, Um, I took a piece of it. It tasted pretty tasty. That's it. Hey, it'll keep you busy, Gene. It'll keep your mind off on other things. I'm supposed to have some crappy weather for the next few days. So after that, when it starts to calm down and be better weather, I'm gonna start putting that Rubbermaid shed together. So that's pretty cool. Sun calc. Okay. Can you um, put the link up here? Enjoy, and I'll give you a temporary mod so you can put the link up here, if you will. I'm interested in that. Kevin's probably interested in that because he wants to put. He's got solar. He wants to put on his house. Good morning, Kevin. Thank you. You're looking above average today, Kevin. I just haven't got the energy to tell anybody they're below average. Then again, the right people haven't come in yet either. I don't know. Allie is having problems seeing my chat for some reason. She was talking to me last night about it on Grandpa's adventures that she can't see my chat, and I don't know what's going on. So, well, she does her stuff on a phone. So, if anybody knows how to bring up chat on a phone, if you're having trouble getting it and know how to get it, could you contact Allie and tell her how to do it? That's pretty cool there, Enjoy. Good morning. Ron, I don't have the energy, Ron. You're looking above average. Yeah, it's very honorable upgrade. Yeah. Oh. But anyways, I cooked all that last night. I saved all the broth. I'm gonna filter the broth out with my uh, what do you want to call it? It's actually for uh, screen and grease and stuff. It's a restaurant funnel. It's a cone shaped thing that comes with the filter cones and stuff. So I'm gonna filter out the broth, get all the minced garlic out of it and all the big seasonings and stuff. And I'm going to pick all the meat off in them oxtails and I'm gonna can it. So after I get it all picked over, pick the meat off it, I'll put it in a bowl and I'll see what it tastes like and see what I need. I'll season it to taste and then I'll can it. So. Good morning, Wrenchmaster. You're looking above average too today. No, I haven't got the energy to argue. I haven't got the energy to tell anybody they're below average. So take it as a gimme. Hey, I've never had oxtail in my entire life, and I cooked that last night, and I took a piece of it out. It tastes pretty good. It does need some more seasons. I mean, I put a ton of seasons in there, but you're talking about 7 gallons of meat and liquid. So it takes a lot. I put a cup of salt in it, and you still can't taste hardly any salt. I put 2 packages of taco seasoning in it and 8 of those little packages of that Sassoon Goya for meat. I put 8 of those in there. So, and 3 tablespoons of garlic or minced garlic. I put a bunch of stuff in it. So that's right. Oxtail. It's the ass wiper on a cow. It's a cow's tail. Oxtail. That's all it is. The cow tail. Wrong kind of tail for you. That's right. What do you mean, ooh? If you go to an authentic Mexican restaurant to get something to eat, you're eating oxtail. I can guarantee it. Some of them oxtail were as big as a football. Okay. Oh, I bet there's 2 or 3 pounds of meat on that thing. The ass flap. That's right. Yeah, it's like that. I got neck bones. I got turkey neck bones. I got chicken neck bones. I got pork neck bones out there in the freezer. And I'm gonna do the same thing to those. I've got a bunch of them, and I'll put I got 4 or 5 packages of pork. I'll put them in one of my little 16-quart kettles, and I'll cook that all day long, and then pull all the meat off it. Take the bones out, strain it, and I'll probably can that too. Yeah, cow TP. Yeah, it's not though, Mama Linda. It's actually really good. The bones give it the flavor. You're right. And I'll tell you right now, I got a couple of dogs across the street that are absolutely loving me because I give them yesterday probably 8 pounds of bones, and I still got, I don't know, I still got a half a pan of bones to go through. Those are just the ones I pulled out of off from the top of the pan. So yeah, see, Kevin likes head cheese. I've never had it. I'll probably, if I had it, I'd probably like it. If you've ever went to an authentic Mexican restaurant, I'm sure you've had oxtail in the in your enchiladas or your tacos or whatever. Yeah. Good morning, Carolyn. Good morning, Tim. You're both looking above average today. I watched um, what was it, Fox News last night? Tucker Carlson was talking about Australia and New Zealand. They set the bar for this coronavirus pandemic, to take care of it. They immediately closed off their borders right after, I guess they did it after the United States did it. And, like New Zealand has less than 100 people that's died. Less than 100. Australia's had only a couple hundred, I guess, or 60 or something like that. I have no idea. But they have about the same amount of people as New York City, Australia does, and yet they're 50 times less the amount of deaths. So I don't know. I've never went that far. Yep. You made taco salad yesterday? Damn, you are. You have done. Good morning, Brad. You're looking above average. Yeah. Well, we closed down early too, but everybody was not everybody. Certain people were bitching about it. I won't mention who they are or what their party affiliation is, but um, it starts with a D and it ends with a rats. You made beef curry. That's pretty cool. Skeeter. Yeah, the rich executives are hiding out in New Zealand. Good morning, Skeeter. You're looking above average. Just me. You're looking above average. Let's just put it this way. All of you women are looking well above average. All you guys are looking average or above average. There we go. We'll get that one settled. I just haven't got the energy. I know, way super power above. I know, I know, I know. It's hard to get this damn good looking at my age. So, um, Kathy got her damn tuberculosis. Kathy got her air fryer yesterday. It's a new wave, 1800 watt. So I tried it out. I'm still learning how to cook with it. She told me to learn how to cook with it, and I can teach her. So I was learning on it. We had mozzarella sticks and egg rolls and chicken nuggets on it last night, which is pretty good. Ozark John, how are you doing? Nice to see you. I know it took years and years of work to get that way. You're right. I know it comes down crashing really fast. I know, Kevin. I know. Oh yeah, yeah. It's nice to see you, John. And I'm going to go and do this. John, you're looking well above average today. Anyways, we had some mozzarella sticks, chicken nuggets, and egg rolls for dinner. And then around 11 o'clock last night, I'm watching TV, and we had Little Caesars pizza from the other night. And I was reading up on this. If you want something, see, I didn't know when I was first starting to cook it. If you want the stuff crispy, you preheat the uh, oven first. So I went and preheated this oven to 400 degrees. I slapped 3 slices of pizza in there for 5 minutes, and I'm telling you, best damn pizza I ever had. It was nice and crispy, wasn't soggy, wasn't limp. So, all right, there, Lucky. You have a great day. But I was eating some of this stuff yesterday on Grandpa's Adventures, and Lucky was in there, and he asked me if it was crispy. Well, now I know how to make it crispy. So, no, I'm still working on it. Hey, I understand that, John. I really do. That's right. Keeping your physique in shape. That's right. Oh. Well, with this air fryer, it's just mainly me and Kathy here anymore. I mean, the grandkids are here, but half the time they go over to their house and eat, and then they just, being there's, uh, they're not in school. Two of them actually stay here at night most of the time. So the youngest one, or Gretchen, uh, she hardly ever goes over there and eats, but she eats beefaroni or ravioli or something like that. So it's just me and Kathy that cook for one another. So, and with this, you don't have to fire up the stove or the oven. I know you can't even see her in a French maid outfit. All right. Well, tell her I said, oh, she's listening. Thanks, Gracie. Thanks, Gracie. Thanks, Gracie. Um, I know it's too expensive. So, $65. Holy moly. You can take the back roads. Uh, if anybody stops you, Gene, you just tell them I said it was okay. Really. It'll get you everywhere, I'm telling you. It'll get you someplace. You just tell them it ain't none of their damn business. Iron Dog said it was okay. I'm sure that'll get you someplace. Possibly handcuffed and arrested, but funny. This is funny. I was cleaning out one of the freezers yesterday, and that's why I decided to do the oxtail. Get that all out of the freezers. I had it in two different freezers, so I got it all out of the freezers. And uh, she said, "What's all in that freezer?" I said, "Well, there's beef liver, there's ham, there's turkey, there's Polish sausages, shredded pork, and a rabbit." She said, "What?" So I went through the whole list before again, and she says, "A rabbit?" I said, "Yeah, there's a rabbit in there." She said, "Get it out of there. I don't want it in my freezer." Whatever. So I pulled it out, and I said, "Well, I don't know if it's actually a rabbit or if it's cat. I got it from the Chinese restaurant." And I showed it to her, and she looked. Now, if you didn't know it was a rabbit, you swear to God it was a cat. That's why they had to make that law when back in the early 1900s or whatever. In order to sell a rabbit, you had to leave a paws on it. So, yeah. Peppercornish. I know, but she didn't want it, so I don't know. I ended up throwing it in the trash. I didn't wanna, but yeah, you need to go to the Chinese buffet. That way you can really get the Chinese effect. Yeah. These Chinese over here, the Asian buffets, they can never pass an inspection. Every time they go there to do an inspection, they have like 115 violations. So they got to clean up the place and scrub everything, and bring turn. They got to turn the heat on the steam tables and stuff like that. I know I've had rabbit. I ate one back in September. I had two of them. So two number plates and two number and a number two plate. Okay. Watch out! Watch me pull a rabbit out of my freezer. That's right. Oh, coffee. That's right. Oh, I was gonna make Hudson pepper with it. Where is my Hudson pepper? 1963. That's right. Hudson pepper. Yeah, let's see. Hudson pepper. Carrots, onions, celery, potatoes, rabbit. Rabbit! Yeah, all the good old days. Uh, Getting to be daylight. Anyways, I did do some video of that stuff, so it'll be out. Um, I'm probably going to end up getting all the oxtail done today, uh, separated and stuff. So I got to put that on the video. Uh, I'm gonna make it all one video. I'm gonna show canning it and everything. So, but I got a video coming out on what the garden looks like right now, the Rubbermaid shed. So, I was a videoing fool yesterday. Yeah. Oh, I bet you could, John. I bet I could too, or I could, make it taste like chicken myself. But oh yeah, you know, the thing of it is, around here, you'd have to debone it and everything else and get rid of it before she got home. So take one egg over easy with some bacon. There you go. Um, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I actually quartered it up and then I put it in an egg wash, floured it, and then egg wash and floured it again. And then I fried it, and it turned out pretty good. It was kind of tough and stringy, but I figured, next time if I done it, I would actually pressure cook it, you know, or put it in a crock pot and do it that way. It is a beautiful morning, Wrench Master. It's a beautiful morning to be alive. Jeff, you're looking above average today. I just don't have the heart or the energy to tell anybody they're not. Even Ron was in here and I couldn't tell him he was below average. So, oh, no. All right, Jeff. You're looking way below average. You don't know how much that took out of me. I'll have to take a nap after this dream. I like mine over medium, in between medium and easy. You know, dippy eggs. You know what I mean? I don't like them sunny side. I don't know. I guess I'm snot into that. I have no idea, but looks like snot to me. Yeah, I'm snotty. All right, I will, Kevin. I love you too. Take care. Yeah, I understand that. All I needed was bulbs. That's pretty good. Huh. What did he do? Sleep out in the living room? He probably had gas and he knew you ate that Chinese. He didn't want to be in there with you. That's probably what it was. You got them little Chinese perfs. Huh. All right, Jeff. I actually I got a bunch of steak. I got a big bag of steak fries. I'm actually going to check in the thing on how to make them. But he's getting old. You're right. And I don't know what the life expectancy is for them dogs. Like our Shar Pei, um, even though she wasn't a big dog and she wasn't a small dog, their life expectancy was only like 5 years or 6 years, something like that. Because she was a fawn colored, so it's harder on them. And she ended up living to be 12 years old, I think, something like that. Well, welcome back, Brad. Nice to see you. I'll tell you what, I get the energy today. I'm cutting this sucker off. It's bothering me. Oh, oh yeah, that princess, she was a nice dog. Yeah, it depends on how they're treated and how well they're kept and how active the dog is and stuff. Depends on all that. Now, Princess, when we first got her, they were going to put her down, her aunt, because she growled at her. So we got her, and the first day she growled at us, and after that she got to know us. Had her for a couple of days, I guess 3 or 4 days, and she did her business in the house. And that was the only time ever she had an accident or she did anything in the house. Um, I looked right at her when I walked out. It was in the kitchen actually, and I yelled at her and I said, "You don't ever do that in the house." And evidently, she knew what I was talking about because she ran right to the door. And we first got her, so I had to put a leash on her, took her outside, and you know, for about the first 2 months, and then everything was fine. She would go out and come back in. One morning, I'm going to work. We've probably had her 4 or 5 years, maybe, or 3 or 4 years. I'm going to work, middle of the night, wintertime. I go to open the door to walk out, and here is this dog standing in front of the door out on the porch. Kathy put her out to go to the bathroom before she went to bed and forgot about her. Now, this dog had 3 or 4 inches of snow on her, and she's just standing there shivering. So I brought her in, wiped all the snow off her, got a towel, I dried her down, and then I put a big, nice dry towel in her. She had a little dog coop or whatever, one of those carriers, or it isn't a carrier, but that's what she had, and that's where she slept. I put a nice, great big, towel in there, one of them big fluffy ones, and she laid on that all night. So, or the rest of the night. Well, it's pretty. If you yelled at her, she would run to her cage, and she would get in it, and then she'd reach up and she'd grab the door and shut it. She couldn't shut it hard enough to latch it, but she'd shut it. So, and you didn't have to scold her only but once, and then she knew better. Yeah, color to goatee. That's right. Oh, I bet it will be. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I bet he is campaigning there, junkyard. Um, that's all that matters. You're right, Kevin. Now, Princess, that girl right there, she loved Oreo cookies or the stuff, the cream filled cookies, whatever, in the center. No matter if they're Oreos or not. She loved the chocolate ones and she loved the peanut butter ones. She liked the vanilla ones. If you had a cookie, that dog was going to sit there in front of you until you give her one. Chocolate chip, peanut butter, oatmeal raisin, it did not matter. She loved all kinds of cookies. Um, and the funniest part about it is if you're making a fruit salad, with watermelon and strawberries and stuff, she'd sit right there. That dog absolutely loved watermelon and strawberries. You could give her a dish of watermelon and strawberries, put it down on the, by her dog dish, and she'd go right over there and eat every bit of that and lick the plate and look at you like, hey, that wasn't enough. Now, when I was a kid, my sister had a dog, part Labrador and part Saint Bernard. Um, Panda was her name because she looked like a panda bear. Oh, not too much there, Brad. Not too much. I I name all my dogs Boss. That is a double SOB back. That's right. That's right. Um, Anyways, Panda we grow a garden out there, and Panda would go out there, and once the tomatoes was ripe, she'd go out there and pick herself a red tomato, and she'd come walking up in the yard with it in her mouth and show it to you, and then she'd eat it, and then she'd run back out there and get another one. No, nobody lost a dog. She just said Seamus was didn't go to bed last night, and he slept in the living room. I was just talking about dogs. And Sammy cleans the bowl until it's sterile. I bet. I bet that was pretty cool. Kathleen, take it easy. Have a great day. Get yourself in some good sleep. Every once in a while, Kathy looks at a dog and she says, "Oh, I want me another one." And then she thinks about it and she said, "No, I don't want another one." So, yeah. Well, there's one thing to remember: a dog won't be there for your entire life, but you can be there for the dog's entire life. And you got to if you're gonna do that, you have to make the commitment to be there for that dog for its entire life. Got one on the bed and one on his blanket. We all that's right. Oh. Now, Princess, uh, when Kathy's mom, she lived here with us. Princess would go in there and sit right beside the bed all day. She'd come out, go to the bathroom, eat or whatever, but she'd go back in there and she'd sit or lay down in the bedroom with Kathy's mom. And you never seen Princess unless uh, she was out going to the bathroom or going or getting something to eat. But she'd always be in there. Well, Kathy's mom would give her cookies and stuff like that, and but when her mom passed away, um, Princess wouldn't come out of the room hardly. We had to actually grab her by the collar and pull her out of the room so they could get her out of the bedroom. And after they took her, Princess walked outside, and Kathy's sister and brother-in-law was out there, and her brother and Kathy was out there, and I let Princess out, or somebody let Princess out. She come walking outside, and she stood right there at the end of the steps, right at the bottom of the steps, and started crying and sniveling, and tears just rolling down her head, and you could. I've never thought that, but yeah, she actually was crying because she knew what happened. So, good morning, Allie. Nice to see you. You're looking above average today. So, or well above, excuse me, you're looking well above average today. So, well, thank you. I appreciate that. You really don't know how much I do appreciate that. And I understand what you were talking about last night there, Allie. Sometimes I did that join button, okay? And I think he meant junkyard, not junkyard. Anyways, there is some people that don't want to do that, and that's fine. And there's some people that don't want to do it because they don't want people to know, and that's fine too. And if you guys watch my join video and stuff, it doesn't matter if you join or not. You know better if you join. The only thing that you get different than anybody else is I'll give you a shout out during some live streams, and I'll do at the end of the week I'll do a shout out video with every channel on it that is a member. That's the only thing different. But every channel is just as important to me as the other. So I pull no punches on that. I won't treat anybody any more different than the other ones. So that's right. As Gretchen says, junkyard. Yep, she has to. I think she has. I gotta check. Oh yeah. I think she has to be up at 9 o'clock because she talks. She has to talk to her teacher on the phone on Wednesdays. I think at 9 o'clock. So nobody told me anything different. So I have to ask. Oh, let's see. I had just sent a message. Yeah, your channel really hasn't gone nowhere. Oh, sorry to hear that. Uh, that's why I'm not your friend. No. Well, we're still here. That's right. Yeah, that's my only way out. I'd hang with you all day. That's right. I'm sorry to hear that. La di dee, la di da, la di dee dee. Sorry. Oh, best friend. Let's see. Trade enjoy. That's too bad. It is. It's too bad. People don't get the memos anymore that drugs kill. Yeah, you got the memo? Yeah, proficient. Okay. A long time ago. Yeah. You know, it's funny. I haven't heard about anybody overdosing here in quite some time. No, must be with a social distancing. It's kind of hard to get all that heroin, eh? And my feeling is on it. You overdose once, that's fine. We give you a Narcan, take you to the hospital, then take you to jail for using illegal drugs. And when you get out, if you overdose the second time, me being the EMT or whatever, we go to Starbucks or we go to the coffee shop or the donut shop. We get some donuts and coffee, BS with the cashier for a few minutes, and then we go to the call. And if you are savable, then I guess we save you. If you're not savable, then I guess we don't. It's a great way to save on that Narcan and to save the taxpayers a bunch of money because the guy hasn't learned or the woman hasn't learned the first time, they're not going to learn the second. You like to wash it down with a beer, that's right. Might as well. I could just see it, me being if I was an ambulance driver and the paramedic sitting beside, hey, you're supposed to turn down there. Yeah, no, but they got a special on coffee and donuts down here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. I'm. I guess I'm just that way. I'm sorry. Give everybody a chance. A second chance you don't need, especially if you know how bad it was the first time. Um, that's cops that do that. I know. Pot. Okay. Um, my position on pot is I have no problem with it as medicinal. Okay, because there is a lot of medicinal uses for it. Now, recreational is another thing. People say, "Oh, nobody ever gets hurt on pot." That's bullshit. The first day they made recreational pot legal in Michigan, a guy backed out of his driveway, stoned out of his gourd, and hit a state trooper in the side. They don't. That was it was legal. Okay, like at 6 o'clock in the morning, they made it. On that day it became legal. This is at 6:30. The guy's already stoned out of his gourd on his way to work, thinking, "Hey, it's legal now. I can go to work high." Now, I'm glad I'm not. Well, I want to be working, but I'm glad I'm not working now because there is a bunch of stoners out there that are getting high now that stuff is legal, and they think they can go to the workplace. It'll only be a matter of time before there's so many accidents because the people are still residually high from the effects of marijuana that the insurance companies won't cover the companies no more because they can't afford to. And basically, I don't care if it's legal or not. Alcohol is legal, okay? But if you go to work under the influence of alcohol, they'll fire you. So, if you go to work under the influence of marijuana, you should be fired too. I, that's my thinking on it. So, that's why I put that in there, just me. Um, you know, like I said, I have no problem with it being medicinal, okay? But the effects of alcohol for every hour you aren't drinking, you your alcohol level goes down. Okay, so if you drink a shot of whiskey um, in an hour, you wouldn't be able to tell that you had a shot of whiskey. Your metabolism in your body metabolizes the alcohol out of your system in an hour. Now, if you drink 5 shots, it's going to take you 5 hours to get that stuff out of your system. Okay. But a shot an hour, that's the golden rule or the rule of thumb or whatever, a shot an hour or a beer an hour or whatever. Um, um, but, well, that's because I don't, I don't condone drinking alcohol every day. And, because there's people that, no, 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 I'm not going to reference anybody. Alcohol is alcohol. It is legal, and recreational pot is legal in Michigan. But where do you draw the line? They've already made it to where it is. You can get fired for drunk on the job, or alcohol on the job. If they start testing you at the work site, okay, they're going to come up with a test sooner or later, and they're doing. I think they have it now. They can test and see if you are under the influence of marijuana at the time. If that ever becomes a reality, or it is a reality, how are these people going to deal with that? Yeah. Well, he's probably the exception to the rule, but does that make it right? Is marijuana legal in your state, Mama Rinda? Is it legal to smoke for recreation? Is it legal? It's not legal in that many states. Yes, it does make it wrong if it's not legal. It makes it against the law. Okay, just medical. Now, medical, like I said, is nothing. There's nothing wrong with it, but it does make it wrong if it's not legal, recreational. It's against the law. Just like drinking below the age, the age, the legal age of drinking. It's illegal. Right. When it was medical, it's a lot better. I understand. Like I said, I'm all for medical. I am all for medical. But before this became recreational in Michigan, all these potheads, okay, claimed that they needed it for medical reasons. Okay. I know a bunch of them. There's nothing wrong with them. Not a damn thing wrong with them. They work, all this, but they had a medical card so they could get marijuana. What a damn thing wrong with them. They never even had to see a doctor. You called up a doctor on a phone. You give them your credit card for $75. They give you a consultation. Then then they sent you a prescription for the medical marijuana. I do know somebody personally that was a caregiver. I guess that's what you want to call them. They provided it. Okay, they grew it. They harvested it. I don't know what y'all do with it, but they did all that. That's right. Better looking, funnier. I know, way cooler. That's right, Kevin. So I understand that, but there's just as many people that's done just as much damage with marijuana, Mama Arenda, that has done it with alcohol. So for every case that you say, oh, alcohol is this, okay, marijuana has done this. I have too. I've had friends that died. I had a cousin that died of cirrhosis of the liver. He got a liver transplant. Okay, he got a liver transplant and started drinking as soon as he got out of the hospital and died of cirrhosis of that liver. He didn't learn. Okay, now marijuana doesn't affect your body that way, but it does affect your body in other ways. Well, we can agree to disagree, to agree to disagree, to disagree to agree. But like I said, until your state makes it legal, it's wrong. And when it becomes legal in your state, then I'm happy for you if you want to smoke it. Go ahead and do it. It's all urine. I'm just saying it's against the law in your state. It's against the law. You can still go to jail. And you got to watch Live PD. They arrest people all the time for marijuana because it's not legal in their state. Good morning there, Gracie. Good morning, Gracie. Good morning, Gracie. So I'm not trying to burst anybody's bubble or not, but legality is legality. If it's legal, fine. If it's not legal, it's not fine. That's 20. Then if you want it to be legal there, then move 20 minutes up the road. That's all you got to do. Or actually move 21 minutes up the road. That way it's legal. You don't have no problems. But you're fighting a fight right now that you're thinking that it's legal and all, it's okay and everything else. But when you get busted for it, some states aren't so happy or aren't so kind. A gram or 2 grams or whatever. I don't even know what a gram is. But some state like South Carolina, a gram and a half or something like that, and get you put in jail. So if you get pulled over with it and you have it, and they pull you out of the car and arrest you, are you going to fight that? Well, it's just pot. No, it's against the law. Well, it's up to you to do whatever you want. But what I'm saying, if it's against the law in your state, okay, If it's against the law in your state, it's still against the law. If you don't like that, then do something with it. Do like they did here in Michigan. They got all the smokers, put it on. They put a bill on the election ballot, and then they all showed up. I had to wait an hour to vote. I've never waited more than 5 minutes. Why would I have to wait an hour to vote? Because they wanted to make damn sure they passed that law so they could enjoy their weed. That's why. You may not, but I'm sure somebody in your house has it on them when they drive around or go someplace. You have to go pick it up. You have to get it from someplace. They can get you from going to and fro or whatever, and you get pulled over coming to or going to or from or whatever. It's not worth the hassle. Yeah, but how did you get it? You have to get it someplace. You didn't grow it in your backyard, did you? Yeah, Bud Hub, they deliver. Huh. Uh, yeah, but see, in Canada, you can. It's legal in Canada. That's right. All right, let's do it this way. Make it a national law. Marijuana is legal, but you can't grow it. You cannot grow it one bit. If you grow it, it's 5 years in prison. But you can go to a dispensary and get it. $10 a joint. Are you going to do that? Would you like it that way? Because the federal government can do that. You know, they can do whatever they want. They can make it a law that you can, make it legal for the whole United States. Make it federally legal. But then they can also make it legal that you can't grow it, and you can't have so much on you, and you can. And these dispensaries will get more money than you ever seen or ever heard of, and then that's just going reverting back to the corporate taxes. The government's going to get all that tax money. I understand that, just me. I'm just saying the government, they are actually pretty lax with this. Some people may not think so, but they are, because they could actually mandate it to make it a prison term if you own it, if you have any. Make it a federal prison term, and then make it legal that you can only buy it from, an authorized dealer, which would be, a bud house. I know it's federally illegal, but the federal government could make it legal. The states are the ones that are making it legal. Okay, Trump is actually thinking about making it legal, but there's a lot of things that go with this. You make it legal for the whole United States, okay, and the first thing happens, somebody gets in an accident, kills somebody. Now it's Donald Trump's fault because he made it legal. It isn't the guy that smoked, 22 joints before he hopped in the car and decided to pull out in front of a semi and kill his whole family. You know, it's Donald Trump's fault. Well, uh, you guys you're not getting the gist of it. What I'm saying is I understand all that. But if you wanted to make it federally legal, make it like, alcohol, fine. Make it like alcohol. You can't distill alcohol. It's against the law to distill alcohol, okay? It is against the law to make hard liquor, distilled alcohol. It is against the law. So if you get caught distilling alcohol, you can go to prison. So why don't they make the same thing with marijuana? Okay, you can have all the marijuana you want, up to a certain amount, but you can't grow it. You have to get it from a bud house, a government licensed, and you know a supply chain. Marijuana's legal there? Well, in New Zealand, yeah. So, so well, he did say that. Too much government's not good government. But then again, you didn't have people smoking, marijuana and then all these other things that they're trying to do. And I don't care about the marijuana, but the pill popping and all the other stuff, the LSD and the crack and the heroin and all that other stuff. Well, that's because you live in New Zealand, but in the United States, it's against the law to distill your own alcohol. It's called moonshining. It's against the law to moonshine. So if you moonshine, you can go to prison. So, if they want to make it the same way as moonshine and marijuana, do that. That way, everybody's happy. You still get your marijuana, the government gets their tax money. The government would make marijuana legal as all hell if you guys would pay taxes on it. Just like prostitution. If they would make that the number one legal commodity, if they could pay taxes on it. Oh, excuse me. Wine is legal because it's not a hard alcohol. It's not distilled. Wine is legal. Distilling is against the law. You have to be a licensed distiller to do it. That's right. Well, thank you, Gracie. Nice to have you here. Good night, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. I understand. I understand that wine gets you drunk, but it's not against the law. Marijuana in your state is. Moonshining in your state is. Moonshining in my state, in Tennessee, in Kentucky, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Missouri, California, South Carolina, South Dakota, North Dakota, every state in the Union. Moonshining is against the law. So you're treating your chickens as scaling mites? So that's what I'm getting at. It's not. Um, where is moonshine? Where is moonshining legal at? Because the last time I knew, moonshining was illegal. Okay, the production of moonshine or really any spirit without the license prohibited by the United States government is very much illegal. Clear whiskey, the style of moonshine, might be for sale. Technically speaking, moonshine is moonshine because it is produced illicitly. So if you're making moonshine, it's against the law. I just tried to. So, okay, making moonshine legal. January 11th, 2013, federal law states that it is legal to own a still of any size. However, it is illegal to distill alcohol without either having a distilled spirits permit or a federal fuel alcohol permit. Does not matter if the alcohol is for personal use only, not for sale. All you got to do is Google up, is moonshine legal? Is moonshine legal? No, even making moonshine is illegal unless you are a licensed distiller. Yeah. And I mean, I know people that buy and sell moonshine all the time, but it doesn't make it legal. I have moonshine downstairs in my basement, but I did buy it from a legal distillery, a licensed distillery. So, well, then does Emmy have a medical a medical? You guys have medical there, don't you? Well, yeah, I understand that, but you know, you have no argument with me with medical marijuana. I'm just talking about recreational. No, it's not. It's not. So, I'm not trying to upset anybody either on this deal. It's just that's how I feel. You all have your own opinions. Everybody has their own opinions. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. So, all you do is, well, I'm happy for you, Brad. Honestly, I am. I couldn't tell you one strain from another, so it wouldn't matter to me. I'd have no idea. What the meds is what's keeping you here? I understand that, Jeff. But um, have you guys ever watched Beverly Whoopi, our half our half acre homestead? She has a cannabis channel, and um, she shows how to use cannabis, how to make stuff with cannabis, and all that other stuff. And I have no problem. She's from Canada, and she uses it for medical. And she'll light up one during a live stream. You know, um, medical. I understand that completely. But I've actually watched videos of them making tar. With uh, with a marijuana. Um, I don't know what it's called. It looks like black, about the size of a grain of rice or whatever. Um, I've seen them do that, you know, on the stovetop making it. Occasionally jaywalking. I understand that, Kevin. No, it's not. It's not hash. Oh, I'm trying to remember what the hell he used to call it. Um, Tar? I don't know if it's tar or not. Um, yeah, they make it on the stovetop. You take it. You actually you have to add some stuff to it. You boil it down or whatever, or you and it turns it into um, like a black liquid. But when it's all said and done, it comes out like little grains of rice or whatever. So, but it's black. Dabs. That's what it is. I have no idea what they do with it. I think they just put it on their tongue or under their tongue. It's like a high concentration of the THC or whatever. I don't know. I don't do it, so I couldn't tell you even the first thing about doing it. I've watched the video, but I didn't pay too much attention to it. I just seen her doing it on the stovetop, and she was showing how to do it. Hell, I don't know. Well, I will tell you something, okay? And you may not think so, but if you got a bunch of seeds, and this is how when I was a kid, you got a bunch of seeds, um, put them in a flour sifter. You know, the ones with a um, thing that agitates down there. You put it in a flour sifter, and you put a piece of white paper on the table, and you put that flour sifter on the table, and you start cranking that. And I mean, I'm talking like a couple of cups of seeds. You start cranking that. The powder that it knocks off in them seeds is a fine powder. Okay, and I'm just telling you this because this is how when I was a kid. I haven't smoked a joint since I was 19 years old. Okay, but I did this and I never smoked too much. But at the age of 15 or 16, I can't remember. Um, I had a bunch of seeds and I did this with a flour sifter. And I got about back then about a nickel bag off in those seeds of the dust that's on the top of the seeds. But anyways, that is probably some of the best pot you'll ever smoke is the dust that's actually on the seeds itself. The residue or whatever you want to call it. It's probably some of the best stuff you'll ever smoke. Yeah, the fines. Yeah. And like I said, I haven't actually had it, and I never even smoked a whole joint at the last time. I had a toke off a joint at the age of 19 or something like that. So, You was a really big pothead? Huh. Well, evidently you didn't quit for real. Calling me shocked. Yeah. I'm going to give me a cup of coffee. All right, go shut the yard light off and I'll be right back. No. I have no idea what you guys, how you do anything with that stuff. So I'm a silent observer here. Yeah, I know what time it is. 7:59. I should have shut the yard light off at 6:30 this morning, but it was still dark out. We still got them creepy crawlies that like to steal stuff when it's under the cover of darkness. So, but I haven't had any problems since I started putting security cameras up on the house and on the shed. Um, Works pretty good. Oh, yeah, Jenny was in a video from John Porter. It made, well, yeah. I'll be right back. Ugh. Ah, what's my favorite brand of peanut butter? Jif. Because choosy moms choose Jif. Um, Skippy. That's right. Damn. Fluffy bread. Yeah. Yeah, it does make you old if you time travel. You look pretty good for your age, though. Um, yeah, I like the Kentucky Headhunters. Let's all go down to Dumas Walkers. Let's all go down to Dumas Walkers. They have a straw bird fry and a bottle of skeet. Hey, bring it on down to my baby and me. Back to the Future. Hey, Marty, we got to go back to the future and give Nancy Pelosi's dad a condom. And Adam Schiff's dad, give him a vasectomy. Yeah, I like them. I watched that movie Venom the other day. That was pretty good. Okay, if you want to live here, have you seen it? If you want to live here, you can't eat. There's plenty of good people here. You can't eat the good people. You can only eat the bad people, but they got to be really bad. Uh, yeah, printed in black and white, right? And why is that? Your senior photo? Yeah, that's funny. Too bad that really didn't work because we could go back. Hmm. And give Chuck Schumer's dad and mom a condom and a diaphragm. Nancy's mom and dad a condom and a diaphragm. Adam Schiff's mom and dad a condom and a diaphragm. Gavin Newsom, we'll just, abort him. And I'm not a very big fan on abortion, but that's one guy we could abort. So, you got expelled for your hair touching your collar? Yeah. Yes, you did yesterday or the day before or something. Um, told you use fine ash or something like that, and junkyard told you something about some kind of powder. So, yeah, yep. Dimension Earth, yep. Or you could just cut their legs off, put them in wheelchairs, and then when you're ready, you know, cut a little hole in the wheelchair. That way they can drop the egg as they're wheeling themselves around the yard. So, you ain't choking them chickens, are you? Because when you reach out and grab them by the neck, don't squeeze too hard because you choke them. Mm-hmm. You sell tiny wheelchairs for your chicken. Hey, how do you think I feel? I go to a restaurant, somebody orders frog legs, and next thing you know, you hear the door of the kitchen open up like that, and there's a little tiny frog coming out in a wheelchair saying, bastard. Yeah, I understand completely. Yeah, you can use headlight spray and all that other shit, but I think you probably have to do that, spray them, and then go back and respray them 3 days later or something like that. Or, here's a thought. Don't know how good it'll work, but you could use Aquanet hairspray and a Bic lighter. That way you kill all them mites and you get roasted chicken at the same time. Just saying. You're wearing me out here today, tomorrow, another. Here you go. You're going to. Why would you cry? Yeah. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet. Good morning, Rockin' Robin. You're looking above average today. Well above average. Um, like your family pets, you don't make food your family pet. Because if you're making food your family pet, then when them eggs come out, that's your family pet's babies. So you're eating their babies, but you're not eating the family pets. Hmm. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. You're killing the grandbabies. That's what you're doing. I'm just putting it in perspective. You went there, not me. Just trying to put it in perspective. Yeah. Hey, I tell you what might work actually, and you might think I'm crazy, but hairspray on them scaly mites. Okay? Just listen to me. If they're on the legs itself, on the bare parts, hairspray. The hairspray will get into their lungs. It'll make them sticky. They can't walk. They can't move, and all that other stuff. No, it might work. I have no idea. Try it on one. If that one starts to get better, fine. If it doesn't get better and it gets worse, then don't do any more. Hairspray is good for a lot of things, man. If you got a tick, you can take hairspray, spray the tick, or you can nail polish, put it on the tick or whatever, and the tick will back out because the lungs get clogged up. All right. Have a good one, Mama Linda. Just to let you know, just me, the sun's not coming up this morning. I just talked to it. It ain't coming up. It's tired of being an early riser. Yeah. Look, it ain't coming up out here. It's all gloomy today. Oh, well, I very well could be, but I don't think I am. It is gloomy here. 80 today. Hmm. Huh. 80. Kind of blows that theory of, that the World Health Organization said, that this coronavirus uh, can't live in heated environments. Kind of blows that theory, doesn't it? If it's 80 degrees and you still have that coronavirus out there in California, like in Florida and down south, um, they can't live there because it's too hot. Well, it seemed to be adapting to that heat, hasn't it? There you go. It's going to be a whole 19 there today. See, I had to reread that because I thought you were calling somebody a hole, but it's a hole 19 here today. See, I had to read that. No, it's 19 degrees Celsius. It is? Huh. I ain't for sure either. You know, that metric system sucks. And so does the other system. You know, it's so much easier when you can divide stuff by 100. You know what I mean? Or 12. Let's see. How many feet are in a yard? 3 feet, 36 inches. Well, how long's a meter? Um, was it 370 or 390 centimeters or something like that? Hell, I don't know. 39 centimeters, kilometer, 2.67 miles, or something like that. Why can't you just say 1 mile? We all need to get onto this system of ours. The world needs to get to that system. That way, there's no un. Everybody can calculate the same thing. And what the hell is a tone? Tone. Huh? Tone. What's a tone? It's a ton. Ton, which is 2,000 pounds. But somebody else decided to say a ton is 2,200 and some pounds. Hell, I don't know. Yeah, a tone. Damn. I know you live in Celsius land. You got to get into the Fahrenheit. Aw, I thought we was gonna be friends. I guess we're not. Oh, damn it. Huh. Here we go. I'm trying to be nice, and somebody comes in and just blows it right out of the water. Damn it. I understand that they're okay. How many kilograms do you weigh? And EB, how many kilograms do you weigh? I know, they're all wrong but us. And us being Americans, they should have slapped them damn educational teachers in the head when they started to think about, well, maybe we should convert everything to metric. So, you weigh 75 kilograms. How much is a kilogram? What is the weight of a kilogram? No, our foot's measured in 12 inches. Now, 1 plus 1 minus 4 times 3. That's right. Yeah. Okay, it's a bit over 2 pounds. Okay. Was it 2.67 pounds or something like that? I think that's what it is. I ain't for sure. Or 2.2. Okay, 2.2 pounds. So you weigh 75 kilograms, right? So why don't you just say you weigh 167 pounds? Sounds a hell of a lot easier, doesn't it? All right, there, Brad. You had yourself a great breakfast. Take care. We'll see you later. Well, if you 2.2 pounds times 75, um, I'm I'm just thinking here. 165 pounds. I was close. I said 167. So you weigh 165 pounds, 16 ounces to a pound. Yeah, CC's one drop. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everything's in metric. It's almost 5:30. Yay, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's almost 8:30 here. 8:22. How long is a kilometer? A mile. Um, Let's see. I can't remember how long a mile. It's 5,000 some feet. How long is a mile?
1 mile is 5,280 feet.
How many kilometers in a mile?
1 mile is equal to 1.609 kilometers.
1.609 kilometers. Okay. So if you go 1 kilometer, that's just about a little over a mile and a half. Why do they have to be so damn hard to deal with? Whoever thought of the metric system should have been taken out and sorely beaten to death like the person that come up with Common Core math. They should have been done that too. They should have been taken out and sorely beaten to death in public. Like Ron White says, public. I was drunk in the bar and then you threw me out in public. That's right. They should be beaten to death in public. So, yeah. That's because you're chicken. I can't walk in the dark. A 1,000 meters. Yeah, 1,000 meters is a kilometer. Yeah. So. Now, here's the funny thing. If you travel, now see, here in the United States, we got the miles per hour too stuff, that kind of stuff. Okay, if you travel 60 miles an hour, you'll be 60 miles away from your house. And if you can travel from the time you start to the time you finish 60 miles an hour without stopping or slowing down, you'll be 60 miles away. 60 miles an hour. That's easy to calculate. If you do 100 miles an hour from the time you start to the time you stop, you'll be 100 miles away. So if you live 2,000 miles away and you can drive constantly without stopping at 100 miles an hour, you'll be there in 20 hours. No ifs, ands, buts about it. It's easy to add up. It's easy to figure. So let's see, that's kilometers. Carry the 1. Got to go 1.609. We'll be there, and we'll have to travel. I don't know. To make 100 mile an hour, don't you have to travel like 140 kilometers? 150K, something like that? I have no idea. No. Well, you may be correct there, Jasmine, but really, who needs to get down to the last millimeter or the last centimeter or the last milligram? Nobody, except for somebody that's doing something precise, so precise it can't be seen with the naked eye or weighed with a scale so sensitive that it can detect how much a hair weighs. That's the only time you ever need something that precise, with that much precision. You have to travel 96.5 kilometers. Yeah, scientists, right? But that's the only people that need it. So why does everybody else have to conform to what scientists want? Huh? Because why? I know why. Because the scientists are so stupid they can't figure out the standard system. Is that what it is? Hell, I don't know. No, metric is not just the base of 10. It can't be the base of 10. Because if it was a base of 10, then 10 feet is what? That'd be 120 or, 120 inches. Hold on a minute. I got to powder real quick. never going to make it to the end. There we go. Yeah, I've never seen a new dye. I've never either. That's right. Well, they're trying to make it, they're trying to get rid of the standard system and go to the metric system in the United States because the whole world is metric. It doesn't make any sense to be metric. It just doesn't. 3 meters is 10 feet. Yeah, that one works out. Okay. How many meters is 21 feet? Now you got to go to, 6.125 meters or whatever. So I'm not saying anything bad about the way everybody does this stuff, but what I'm saying is it just doesn't. It's so much easier to add, divide, subtract, multiply when it's whole numbers and straight numbers instead of decimal points and stuff. And the tons or tones or whatever you want to call it, TONNES. The reason why they kicked up the weight on that is because that's the way they sell it. So you have to pay more, and you have to pay more for the shipping, the product weight and everything else. But they don't buy it that way. They buy it by the 2,000, but they sell it by the 2,200. There's a scrapyard up here that buys it by the ton, by the 2,000, and they sell it by the 2,200 or whatever that tone is. They sell it by that. And that isn't that convenient. So they make 200 pounds on every ton. So, all right, everybody, it's 8:30. I'm going to get out of here. But y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care. Prayers and peace. Y'all stay safe, stay warm, stay dry, stay cool if you have to, but stay yourself. I actually enjoyed today's live stream. Give us something to talk about. Other than me looking stunningly good looking all day long, now we've had something to converse about. Y'all have a best one. Take care. And we will see you tomorrow, 6:30, if you're so inclined to come see me again. Have a great day, everybody.